What also I would particularly like to listen to is Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. Yeah, tapes. Duran Duran. Yeah, I should get that on vinyl. Just, mm, okay, I never heard of him. Had Good Hardy. All my best. I don't think it's mine. I don't think so. Mom liked them. Beach Boys. Oh, definite. Way before they got on, guess what? Full House. It would have been cool if actually one of them actually got on Fuller House. So it's one or both of them. So it's, mm, Beach Boys. Mm. Oh, I hope you know their songs. Like, watch the first one. Uh, Help Me, Rhonda. Mm, Call Me Quirky. This is Garth Brooks. This is, yeah, I know. Yee. Oh, I realized I had it. This is, I was wondering where it was. Erotica. Madonna. This is, yeah, very strong woman in her own right. And this variations of presents music mode. You've got the spirit. You've got the spirit. Mm. Oh, not like that. But there are other things I particularly enjoy. One day I will get editing. Like, oh, she's going out again. She went to the doctor, now she's off again. Hold on. Though with everything else, I do particularly like a good mixture of music. It's not just one thing; it's a whole lot of things. So, yeah. You know that song in Blade with the vampires reaching for the pig's blood? Like, yeah, that was kind of fun. I like that music, so I don't know why. I just do. Just actually, I don't even know who actually made that song. I really would love it. Yeah, it just resonated with me. I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, nice. The first time I saw it, so definite. And I have seen Blade more times than ever. Now, since I actually have this mentioned a Marvel movie, which kick-started other singularity of Marvel films, you can name it. I've seen it, and I probably own it. It's just probably. You never know. It's just, no, I can't go over there. Nope, because those Marvel movies are downstairs. You, yeah, I put all my MCU stuff downstairs along with the Singularity ones. That was before the MCU. Uh, Starting with, as I said, Blade. There was Blade 2, and Blade 3. Yes, Blade 3 is okay, but not the best. The only thing going for it was Blade. It was more of a Hannibal King film. It's just a crossover. I don't know why they couldn't just make a spin-off from Blade. It would have made a lot more sense. It's just Hannibal Blade, the vampire. Ooh, Ryan Reynolds as a vampire. Ooh, that would be kind of interesting. Did he play a vampire once? I don't think he did. Because he wasn't really a vampire in the movie. He was turned back. into a human. I call that shoddy writing. That can't happen. It's just not really. Even in the first one, they said, "Oh, I can turn you back into a human." Well, I thought to myself, who would do that? He was never human to begin with. Yeah, like, hello, we don't want to put the human gene back into, we don't put a human gene into a vampire body, half vampire, half human, and then I take away the, I'm like, what the hell, you can't do that. It says, yeah, I had a little thing about that, so, the interesting idea, and I wish they didn't go that route. It says, no, Twilight, yeah, come on, vampires, definite. Twilight, they're not vampires. No, I don't know what the hell they were, but they weren't vampires. No. If I got my hands on that, I wouldn't call it Twilight. It's just, no, I would call it something else. Just, mm, actually, I think I did have a bit of a script. I gotta take a look. It's just, yeah, I gotta go through all the scripts that I have on this computer. It's just, well, that's gonna take some time. That could take a whole day, maybe two. It's just, yeah, imagine that. A real Twilight movie, except for the all the ooh and on. Like, oh, Edward, oh, oh, I love you. It's just, and then they start standing in the middle of nowhere, and sun is glistening off of them. Hello? If a real vampire went into the sun, they'll be dust in no time. Yeah, a real vampire. That's a real vampire. Not these, yeah. I just had a tough time with that. And I think a lot of other people did too. Uh, and actually, all of those actors didn't like being on that movie, on the first film. And yet they had a second, third, and fourth. Was there a fourth? I sure hope not. Wait. Oh yeah, because there are 4 books, which are poorly written, by the way. Says, but I do respect the author who tried. Definite. Now, if she actually wrote a bit, I think she has grown as a writer. So, last time I read something, it was The Host. The book was good. The movie stank. My opinion. If you don't like my opinion, that's quite alright. Just, yeah, at least I own it. It's just, no, I don't own the movie. So, no. And I don't own The Host either. Not anymore. It's just, no, I got rid of it. Except for the damn books. I still have them. Twilight, Breaking Dawn, and the other two. I know, I shouldn't have them. I don't know why they held on to them. I think it's probably because probably to some degree, I did like them. It's just the movie, actually I do it on the movies. Sorry. For someone who doesn't just, for someone who, that's how I watch them. I didn't go to this thing. I bought them. They were dirt cheap, $5 each. So, yeah, I went out quite a mile, and I saw them in a bin. And I'm like, oh, $5 each. Ooh, pretty good. Ooh. Then I watched them, and I'm like, what did I just watch? Yeah. The script that I wrote actually only lasted for, I did first on the internet and I wrote a good chunk. And then I wrote another one. It lasted for 10 pages. And then I grew bored with it. Yeah, I had vampires going against werewolves, having a nice fight. Oh, definite. That's how a vampire and werewolf react to each other. Just having a nice fight. So for the female, a young female, about 19 years old, under the table, like, and I had I had this one singular vampire. Yeah, it's just one vampire and one werewolf, not two tribes of exactly. So before the fight, the male vampire, would say to the female, and I actually wrote this. I remember this really well. It says, "Scream for me," and appears fangs, and then breaking of sound, he turns his head, so then it says, "Dear, get there, not this stinking stupid," and a few swear words, of course, and vampire, werewolf. And then the werewolf slashes at him. He flings, hits him in the face like that, and he goes right into the wall. Not the type on the cartoons, no. Uh, I don't think they have a battle inside a house. A true bloody vampire on vampire werewolf fight. Like you know the things in uh, Underworld? Yeah, that bloody. Oh, no, those were vampires. What was it? 40 Days of Night? Vampire movie. Bram Stoker Dracula? Mm-hmm. Vampire. It's uh, Satanic Rites of Dracula. Booyah! It's just, maybe, yeah, that goes further back. Yeah, it's Jonathan Pryce in his prime day with Christopher Lee. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely. Since, yeah, I own the DVD too, since I bought it when we had it, when um, I bought it at a retail store. Actually, video store. Of course, yeah, it had video stores, had these CDs, so forth, and I was buying them by the bundle. Yeah, it was because we used to have a Blockbuster up here. Yeah, I bought things. I also rented things. I watched it. Then I went to go to the other one because there used to be, yeah, there were three when I was growing up. Yeah, a friend of ours had their own, so we can go in and so forth. I had to pay $5, but that's about it. So generally, we would actually intertwining each other. And yeah, we will have small little get-togethers with that family, and they were really nice. So when they closed theirs, we were going to Blockbuster. When that closed, we went to the other one. I did for a while to rent and to buy. Uh, I had bought at least about 20. Yeah, it was. I only got about like 20, maybe 50 DVDs when um, they're much closer to the place. So definite. It was about a 20-minute walk from the last place. Not here, but we were living in a, a giant apartment, so we loved it. Very expensive. So yeah, but it was nice and clean. So there, I had bought. Uh, I remember the two of the movies I did buy, but somehow they disappeared. It says, yeah, you know them. Yeah, the two that actually went back in time and they were all goofy. It says, oh, yeah, definitely. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And Bogus. Yeah, I had bought them. I had them in my collection. So when we actually moved here 18 years ago, I couldn't find them. No. Oh no, I couldn't even find them. I'm like, what? Going all through all the boxes. I'm like, no. And I was acting like Bill and Ted. Yeah, that was very interesting. Because basically, when I was going through all the boxes, I went like, oh, I forgot that was there. Says, yeah, for years I couldn't find it. Says, yeah, but then, what was it? In 2000. I think it was 2013, or no, it was 14, 2014. No, no, I wasn't 14. No, I went to Amazon. I wish there was a real store. So I started buying from Amazon. So little did I know it was being, yeah, yeah, Trump, the deal, dickhead. Uh, yeah, he owns it. I'm like, what? Oh no. I found out eventually. When was it? It was in 2017. I found out. I'm like, who cares? Yeah, but then my spending got a little out of hand. Sometimes it does. I have to really tighten my thing. It's just, uh, my belt, not like this. So yeah, I really have to tighten my belt now because now that we will be eventually moving, not right now, but in 4 months we will have to vacate and just so generally the reason mainly I'm talking so much right now is because I'm trying to fill out a good quota. So that way everyone can understand where I'm coming from and where some things need to be said. I will be eventually putting these together, so editing everything together. Um, Zack Snyder. I love his films, by the way, but I'm not a Zack Snyder fan. I'm not really a mega fan of his. I really like his films, but I don't praise him at the same time. Yes, he is very good at what he does, but in the end, I didn't really want him to be in the DCEU. He didn't do the best job. He was very good with the visuals, but when it comes to he did Man of Steel, as you know. He did BVS, which was kind of ill received. Uh, Outside of that, I would say Shazam did a lot better. I know some people said it was a. You want to know something? You need to have your head examined a little. It's just either that or try to open your mind. It's just, I'm not putting Zach down at all as a filmmaker. I love his films. It's just that when it comes to DCEU, he absolutely knows nothing about superheroes. If you really want to do a superhero film, he should have just made his own. It's just, oh yeah, outside of the mm, Watchmen. Actually, he could have made a sequel to that or a prequel. Yeah, take one. Yeah, he could have made a definite. Look at the comics, like the comedian, and exactly. It's just, So you like do one, a one-off, and tie it in. Says, and then from another, Dr. Manhattan, and the rest of them says, yeah, let's make spin-offs. So, which would lead into the Watchmen. So, well, now that's a really good idea. I don't know why he didn't do it to begin with. Says, yeah, definitely. Says they had their own adventures. Says, well, I thought it was a good team. I thought it was a really good movie. Says, definite. Says, well, everyone else was putting it down. I wasn't. Says, ooh, that's not a true adaptation to the comic. No, I actually read that comic for about 6 months. Definite. Well, reason for because I was reading other things. It's just not at the same time. No. So, yeah. I understood what he wanted to make it, so not into a movie, but I know. Imagine that they actually did what I just said. So instead of going into the DCEU, it would have made a lot more sense, don't you think? Definite. So, yeah. That, and he could make his own universe, superhero universe. I think he will eventually, but not right now. Since he's focused on his new zombie trilogy. Yeah, because he's already done one. I think it was Day of the Dead. Yeah, because of it's a remake of uh, George R. Romano. It's just, yeah, because I have that one as well. Uh, yeah, definitely George R. Romano. It's just, yeah, the original zombie. Yeah, it's just, I actually watched his original version. It's just the very first one. Definite. George R. Romano. The very first film. I'm like, whoa, dated but cool at the same time because it was the way it was done. So it was highly, yeah, because it was highly well done. So and he got better and better from each film. So yeah, and a friend of mine, Chris, actually he's a producer here. Actually, I may have mentioned it. Uh, yeah, Black Fawn Films. They do horror films. If you particularly love horror films, I suggest that you watch some of them. And you're probably like, what? Yeah, Bit of the Dead. Go watch that. It's just, yeah, I actually have a few friends in there. It's just, Chad, at the very beginning, dressed up like a monster. And yeah, and there were like two of the extras in that. So I knew personally, definite. It's just, oh, hey, I didn't know that. I just looked at the screen and like, oh, no way. It's just, like when I was, like when Scream came out uh, for the first time, I, I'm just there in the theater. It's just everyone's like watching it. Next thing, person I used to be friends with, Graham, I'm sitting next to him, and I say, hey, wait just a minute. Says, what? Oh, no way! How'd she get on that? Yeah, that was before I was an extra. Exactly. She was an extra too. So, an old girlfriend, someone I knew. So, yeah, I'm like, oh my god. I smiled to myself. Oh, good for Christine. Says, yeah, yeah, I knew one of the extras on that. So, I'm like, oh no way. This is, and she's still, and she still looked 23. I'm like, oh my god, that's cool. Yeah, I know. Every time I look at anything, dark, what was it? There was called Dark something. I can't remember. I loved it. And every time, in every scene with all the extras, you want to know how many extras that I knew actually was on it? Quite a lot. It says, yeah. Every time I turned, every time it was an extra scene, I'm like, oh dear, Dale, Dale. I'm like, oh my God, Harry. And these are people I actually knew, I have worked with. Uh, Definite. I was very friendly with them. So then I started have other, because I was with them on different shows as well. This is 11/22, 63, Hannibal. Yeah, I we met up with them on that. This definite. It's just, even with first round down, uh, yeah, movie, of course. What was that? Not Demon one? It's just, yeah, um, Alexander, yeah, the guy that called Alexander that made the movie. Ah, yeah. I met up with three more. It's just, yeah, I go around. I still do. So, well, to a point at the moment. So I was very excited to see all these people that I knew of and actually got to meet, got to work with. And the more I did, I was always enthusiastic. And you have to be an extra. You have to change your clothes twice. So, well, like you take two sort of things, two different clothing. In the beginning, I did not know that. No, I goofed up the first time. Yeah. Well, I went, actually, yeah, I went for the first time. I was already dressed up the way they wanted me to be. And I had forgotten that I needed an extra pair of clothes. So that way, yeah. So, and I was in Mississauga. So that was it was a ballet thing for a movie. And I'm like, really? I have no idea what the movie was called. It says, no, I have no idea. It says, so, well, yeah, I shouldn't really be talking about that, but I am. It says, uh, I've got a lot of things. Rain twice. Yeah, Saving Hope twice. Uh, um, yeah, I got up to that's right, 14 vouchers. I had 14 vouchers. I still have those 14 vouchers. I gotta find them, but but I'm not gonna do anything with them because one, if I actually did one more, I went to, yet then I'll be labeled as an extra for the rest of my life. I did not want that because once you go to down that route, you're just going for, you're gonna be a background extra for the rest of your life. I did not want that, so because I wanted to be an actor. Yeah, again. So. Mm-hmm. And then I wasn't getting hired. Was going from one audition after the next for so long, was not being picked. Uh, One or two almost had me. Says, yes, imagine an older, how can I put this? Like you, older silent, the older, actually, I think it would have made a bit more sense. Mm-hmm. If they hadn't gone with Kit, they would have gone with me. And if they, or someone else. So, yeah. Because I was the third in line to be the role, but that never happened. So, oh, I almost got it. It's just definite. Then I almost got on another one. It wasn't a horror. No, it was just a plain movie. It's just, it was shot here in Toronto. I wish I could remember the damn name. Sometimes I forget the names to these things. But I eventually watched the movie, so I'm like, huh, they went that route. Cool. It's just, yeah, Sean Bean was in it, so, yeah. It's just, I think I would have been would be good in it, but they didn't do that. I wish that sometimes when you have a runner-up, they should just cast you in a role instead of saying, sorry, we're not going that way. They could have just said, oh, you did really good. We loved what you did, and we have a role for you. And you'll be co-starring with Kit, or you'll be co-starring with Sean Bean. So, because, by the way, yeah, two actors, the first two actors I've ever met, says, mm-hmm. So, yeah, they will probably not remember. Says, yeah. So, yeah, and two people that got on got. I knew, as soon as one of them, was a friend with Kit, and who was also a friend with Sean Bean. He, the guy, I can't say, actually I could say Dale. His name was Dale, and he told me about the two. Yeah, it was one of the. He was one of the people that was in the room. He was the producer for both films. So Dale told me about this television series called God. So I'm like, well, what's God? Says, Game of Thrones. George R. Martin. Says, no, never. Says, have you never read one of his books? Says, no. Says, so after that, I read the very first book. It took me a long time, but at least, yeah, I got into it so far. I'm like, oh, no way. Then I actually watched the movie, and I'm like, started to watch the series, and I'm like, oh. So anyway, it was kind of cool to see the two people that I actually knew have had things with. So definitely, all things always open up. So now, like, it's like living this. By telling you all this, it's like reliving the whole entire thing. It's been in my mind for a long time. So yeah, if people keep on saying, "Oh, I don't believe you," actually, believe me, they might not remember, but I do. I have a very good memory for these things, and I don't make things up. So, but I wonder where this came from. I don't know why I had it. Yeah, I seriously need to get a tape recorder. This is definite. So, in generally, wow, I've been on this for half an hour. Maybe longer because infinite. Says, anyway, you know who I am. Thank you for watching, and I sure hope this goes up your out. Somewhat of an hour. Says, because I know I'll be trying to make things longer for my YouTube thing. Yeah, if I can actually get up to an hour and just have a good way of talking about things, definitely. If you want me to talk about something alien or anything else, just let me know. Anyway, you know who I am. Thank you for watching, and never forget, there's always ways to entertain yourself.